Hi guys, you join me on the approach here into Innsbruck. Today we're landing runway 26 and the fantastic ORBX Scenary. We'll be checking out that and some of the improvements they've made to the airport and whether or not it's worth it, and I'll give you my conclusion at the end. We're currently in an EasyJet A320, as I say, on the approach to the famous runway 26 into this airport. This is the first video in a set of videos I plan to do reviewing different payware sceneries and other payware options for the simulator that you can get. So to start with, we'll be arriving into Innsbruck. Once landed, I will show you around the airport and we can have a look. Hi guys, you join me here. We've just parked up on the stands, and as you can see, immediately the first thing you'll be noticing is that we're parked next to a 757. When you buy the scenery, this static aircraft is automatically included. It's fairly high quality from a distance. Yeah, it's very realistic. I think it's very impressive. However, as we get up close, you might be able to notice that some of the texturing on the nose, for example, and the actual body of the aircraft is not so good. However, I don't mind this, as it improves frame rate and is a very nice feature to the airport. As we can see, if we move over here, they have completely revamped the terminal compared to the old airport. The terminal they have created is a lot more realistic and lifelike, because there's a lot of people, static people, sat in the terminal. Now the texturing on the glass shells, or this glass balcony here, is very realistic. Slightly fuzzed, however, as we move through it, we can actually see it's very realistic. This is exactly how glass, sort of fuzzy glass, I assume, is. Now if we move in closer, we can see some of the texturing here is not so good. However, I think we can forgive them on that one, as from a distance, again, it looks very, very realistic. Now on approach, you may have noticed there was a little bit of lag and a little bit of frame rate drop. However, this is more my PC. If you have a mid-range to high-range PC, you won't suffer at all, as this airport is very easy on the frame rate. We can see here the famous control tower. looking very nice, with Innsbruck Airport written on the side. And this control tower is very realistic. I'm very pleased with how they've done this. I'd have to say it's very, very impressive. As we move in a bit closer, we can see that actually they've used a photo here on the window. However, from a distance, that is very realistic and it works very well. Up at the top here, we can see the man, which stands out very nicely. However, it looks really real. As we move over here, you'll notice there's a lot of static aircraft at this airport, which for VATSIM can cause a few problems, say if someone's parked up here. However, if you fly offline, like I do sometimes, it's very nice. These planes are done very well. We can see here a man maintaining the aircraft, which has been done very well. As we move over here, we can see some of the vehicles that have been added to this airport, and some of these are static vehicles, which are quite high res and actually high quality for what they are. They're very impressive. These stairs, of course, come with the default, so they have actually put them in a very good position, making them look very realistic. If we continue to move over here, we can see that actually, as we get towards the end, we have a few fuel trucks, a nice overhanging sort of car park here, sorry, a shed, and some cargo parked up. Over here we have the fuel trucks and fuel tankers, and here we have some a building which looks very impressive, quite high quality. However, on the roof we can see this is just satellite imagery that has made the roof. Still looks very good though. As I say, everything when you park up and are moving around the plane, this is very good scenery. As we move down here, we can see we've got the complex of the airport and the entrance. A good bus, a lot amount static cars, however, looks very realistic, which is very impressive. The terminal, back of the terminal building, looks very good back here. This is very realistic. You can see this is a lovely, again, example of ORBX's talent when using glass and creating glass. You can see it looks very impressive. The car park again, using some basic cars and some custom made ones, looks very impressive. Moving back over to the terminal building, the quality of the building and the roofs and everything is very impressive. This corrugated iron looks very real. Moving back towards the two planes, we can see that we've got some more static vehicles here, such as de-icers, and some fire engines, which look very realistic. If we look down here, we've got a good tunnel, good small buildings, which all look very realistic and add a wall completely new to the new scenery. Moving again down south towards the down west towards the airfield, other end of the airfield, we see we've got some more private jets that are static spawn, which look very nice and very realistic. These aircraft, again, come static, you can't move them, however they're very impressive. Let's see down here we've got a dash, a bombardier turboprop aircraft looking very nice. If you have a look at this hangar, you see we've got good textures on the outside. This, however, sadly the hangar does not interact, as we can see when we go through. It's blank, sadly. However, from the outside it's very realistic and very nice. Sadly, I haven't been able to find the ski resort that I would like to have shown you. If any of you do know where that is, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to go find that out. So as we move back down, we can see that we've got, again, these nice hangars to our right here, looking very good, adding a bit more depth to the scenery. Hello, you join me at the runway threshold here, where we're going to have a look at some of the textures on the runway. The turnaround pad looking very nice and very realistic. I'll show you how this interacts with the snow in later. If we have a look moving down the runway, we can see that we've got a lot of skid marks, but it being very accurate to the real thing. The taxiway off to our right here is very realistic, with lots of burn marks where rubber and everything has been moving along. The grass, I have my grass on Heart Ultra, and you can see this looks very good, quite lifelike and quite impressive. As we continue to move down the runway, we can see they've added some touchdown markers, which make the touchdown zones a bit more realistic. Continuing on down the runway, we can see that they've added lights very regularly and added a taxiway off to the left here. The taxiway textures on this taxiway and the buildings off it are not the highest quality, however they look very good and very realistic from a distance, making it seem like you're actually there. As we move further down the runway, we can see we have some more textures on the taxiways, providing for a very realistic experience. Continuing down, we can see that we've got a nice taxiway turn D-pad here, which is very realistic, with some good tarmac patches on the runway. So overall, I think the runway has been improved greatly from where it was. Hello guys, so now we can have a look at the textures in the snow. And as we can see, immediately, the 757, which is here, has got really good snow textures. It's got snow on the roof, which makes it look really good, so it looks like it should be there. All the vehicles on the ground as well, if we have a look at some of these vehicles, have got good snow textures across their roofs, making it really believable that they have been there in the snow for a while. If we have a look at the taxiway now, we can see that it's clearly marked out with snow, and the grooves are nicely left with snow, which makes it look really nice. Here, we've got a bit of a weird transition, sadly, onto the tarmac here, which is noticeable. However, I think it still looks fairly believable. As we move on to the runway, we can see that the runway interacts with the snow absolutely amazing. The touchdown zone here is clearly marked out with less snow, assuming there's been some touchdowns there. We can see a nice gap in snow into the taxiway turn, which is lovely. And moving down the runway, we can see the good strip of snow where it would be. The taxiway off to the right here for the GA glider area, looking very good here. However, this suddenly goes snowy, indicating a different texture layer. However, that still looks very good. This taxiway down here, looking very with lots of little, not much snow on it actually. However, I still think this looks very good. Snow to the side, very impressive. The buildings all have some great snow textures on top of them, making them look really believable. And again, the vehicles look great with the snow on top. Meaning, also these CRJ private jets look very good. Everything really looks believable in the snow, which is very impressive because it's quite hard to do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So transitioning back here again, back to the nice non-snow area where the scenery has got no snow on. We can see that again back into the no snow. Sorry, it's looking much better. This is how the scenery is meant to look, and it's really impressive. So to conclude, I really think that this scenery is well worth it, and is a definite must-have for any simmers who like to fly into Innsbruck, which I certainly do. Because of this, I'll do a live stream on this hopefully soon. Please hit the like and subscribe, it really helps me out. The link for this airport will be in the description. You can buy it from their website directly, or you can go into the sim market and actually buy it through the simulator itself. I recommend this. However, one tip you must remember, when you buy this, make sure to go into your content manager in your simulator and delete the old Innsbruck scenery, otherwise you get some weird bumps in the runway. Thanks very much guys, see you another time, bye bye.